how's it going, everybody? It is Mike, and today we are going to be swapping out this electrical outlet here with one of these USB outlets. It has two USB ports on it, and then it also has two outlets, so it's you can use it to charge your phone and other devices that charge via USB port. So the first thing you're going to want to do is shut off the electric to this outlet, and then you can take the wall cover off, and then I use an electrical tester like this to actually test to make sure that there is no power going to this outlet. It's always a good idea to check these testers against a known good outlet to make sure that it is still functioning. But as you can see here, there is no power going to this outlet, so we are good to go. Now we can go ahead and take this off the wall, and to do that, we'll just use a screw gun here. And it just pops off the wall. And you can see there's no power. What I didn't bring here, and I'm gonna have to go get one, is a little screwdriver to pop these off, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Had to run into the garage. So to get these outlets off, you need kind of a little flathead screwdriver like this, and it just pops right into the back here, and then your wires will pop out of the back of it. So you pop that off. Pop that off, and then the ground here, grab your Phillips, and then you can pop off the ground outlet. There you go, now you got your three wires. So if you haven't worked with electrical before, just so you know, the black wire in your standard American USA electric is the black wire, your common wire is the white, and then your ground is either going to be green or like this, just a regular copper wire. So let's go ahead and get into this guy. Let's see what we got here. Should be a pretty simple swap, pretty easy thing to do. There it is. So this is the new outlet, a little bit bigger than the old one. The one that you took out kind of looks something like this. And then this is the new one. Now, if you notice on the back of this one, the wires kind of pop in, or you can screw them in the side. And this new one doesn't look like there's anywhere to pop the wires, so we'll have to screw them into the side here. So you have a ground wire here, which is going to be this wire. And then if you look on the top, you have, it even says white. So the white wire, and this is the hot wire right here, which goes into that. And if you notice too, if you look at the screw heads, just the heads of the screw there, if it will actually focus, it won't really focus. But if you look at the heads of the screws, you'll notice one is a golden copper color, and that is your positive wire. So first thing we're going to do is take the ground wire and put that back into this hole here. It's kind of looped around. And take our Phillips head screwdriver and twist our ground in. So now you got your ground. Now you want to make sure everything's tight. Like, this is how you can get electrical fires. If these wires aren't tight and they arc, that's how you get electrical fires from that arc there. It can cause an electrical fire. So you want to make sure everything's good and snug and tight when you're playing with electricity. And if you're not sure what to do, you know, call an electrician. In all honesty, just call an electrician and they can take care of it for you. So we want to go ahead and put it into this one here. The black one goes there, and we'll cinch that down really good with the screwdriver. And that's down really good. And then the white one. If you notice, there's like a little, it's not a washer, I mean, I guess it's kind of like a washer sitting on the top, and that is kind of put it between that and the back of it. It just kind of sits in there like so. You can hold that down. Give that a little screw down. Like I said, make sure these are good and tight, because you don't want anything arcing and causing a fire in your house. I always give them a good pull and make sure they're in there really snug. The next thing to do is just push these wires back into the wall. And then, now if you, for some reason, and let me say this, for some reason, if you pull out the outlet and two wires are connected, so you have some on the top and some on the bottom, that's because it's being jumped over to another outlet in your room. So you might find that. If that's the case, you can go ahead and wire both of them into here. Now, let's say that if you inspect these, if you notice there's a tab on the side, if you can see it, it's right there. So if this tab is broken and there's 2 wires going into it, that means that's the switched outlet, the outlet that's on your switch. It's another line going to it. If that's the case, then I wouldn't use this because you can't wire those together. Now what you could do is the ones that are wired to the switch or vice versa, depending on what you want, you can wire nut those off and you won't need them anymore. And that's if that little tab is broken. If the tab isn't broken and you have wires going to each, that means it's just jumped over to another outlet. So you're fine to tie those together because then they'll pass the electricity on to the next outlet in the room. So just something to be aware of when you're playing with these outlets here. So anyway, let's go ahead and push this back into the wall. And you got a screw on the top and a screw on the bottom. Get in there good. And I'll usually start it with a regular screwdriver at first just to make sure that it's not getting stripped out as you're putting it in. There's the hole. And then once I get it started, I can come back with a drill and tighten it down. And I'll usually go a little bit on the top and then a little bit more on the bottom. And kind of line it up to make sure that it gets, that you know, it's sitting in there straight. There you go, and snug that down. A couple more spins. It's in there pretty good, and then we can get the bottom one in. And something along those lines. That still can be a little tighter, and I'll go back. I mean, you don't want to over tighten these. I'll just come back with a screwdriver. Make sure that it's in there real good. And that's the outlet. And I also bought these covers for them. So we'll go ahead and pop that cover on real quick. Wish I had a knife. We'll just go ahead and poke it with this. There we go, that'll work. And then these covers pop apart. The easiest way to get them apart, if you actually purchased these covers, with a little screwdriver. If you have a regular cover, those will also work too. And these kind of screw in with the screwdriver up here. There. And then one down on the bottom there. And once that's in, you kind of put this in place. And there you go, a USB outlet on the wall. It looks pretty clean, really simple to do, really easy to do. So anyway, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, hit that like button down below. And if you would like to see more videos from me, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.